Welcome to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Bragg on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center. We're all working remotely. I'm working more distantly. Visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center to check out scheduled classes and stop by the tip jar. We have classes every day online and 4 times a week in person in Palm Springs, outdoors, safely distanced. We're going to start today on our backs. I'll talk you into this reclined posture that's called constructive rest, sometimes called active rest. You come down onto your back. You're going to bring your knees towards your chest. And you're not going to hug your knees like we usually do when we bring our knees to our chest. With your knees just floating here above your chest, just let them drift around. Let each leg move independently. Just sort of gently loosening up the hip sockets, back a little bit. And one side at a time, you're going to let your feet flop down onto the floor. Let the soles of the feet land one foot, then the other. We want to have the soles of your feet planted and your knees leaning in towards each other without exerting effort. So in order to make this feel as easeful as possible, play with repositioning your feet bit by bit. Heels turn out, toes turn in, and just see how much you can reduce any sensation of work in your legs. When you get there, knees leaning in, feet planted, legs feeling pretty restful, pretty at ease. Bring your hands to the bottom of your rib cage. So the bottom rib is on your palm, your fingers are on your belly, and your thumbs are on the rib cage. Your wrists are long and open, your elbows resting on the ground. And that's our posture we'll start in today. Now bring your attention to your breath. Let it slow down and get deeper. Which happens just by shifting your attention, just by focusing your breath will change. Feel your contact with the ground, the way these deeper breaths are feeling. And what this posture does, along with some nice grounding, passive opening in the shoulders and hips, is this allows your spine to get a little longer by letting the fluid in your spinal column distribute more evenly and helping the disc, spongy cartilage between the vertebrae and your spine to hydrate more evenly. And they've studied practitioners doing this and determined if you lay like this for 17 minutes, your spine will reach its maximum length. We won't do it that long because we only have an hour together, but just something to maybe use later. I'll use this posture for a longer meditation session sometimes, set a time around the phone to buzz at 20 minutes, give me a couple of minutes to get situated and spend 17 minutes in constructive rest. Scan your body and take in whatever sensations are present. Make particular note of anything that doesn't feel so good, any stiffness or soreness that's making itself known. You can keep these things in mind during practice, knowing that you're welcome, as always, to skip or modify any part of what I was doing. It's always okay to do less. It's always okay to do more. It's okay to get ahead of me. It's okay to be behind me. You can each find the practice that's best for you. Consider everything but the breathing optional, all the cues, suggestions. Whenever your attention wavers, gently come back to noticing your breathing and noticing what's going on in your body. And maybe you want to layer on another intention, something more specific to yourself. So you can do so now. Let that sink in. And let's share 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. Let your knees start to just wiggle back and forth a little bit. Let the movement grow bigger. Move your arms as you like, just gradually coming out of stillness. Let them leg and arm movements go bigger. Like the stretching when you do when you wake up, not thinking about it, just feeling into what your body wants. And draw your knees to your chest. Go ahead and hug your knees now. Rock side to side or roll up circles. Hold on to your right knee. Extend and lower your left leg. Press the back of your left leg to the floor. Reach your right arm out to the side. Draw your knee over to the left and turn your head to the right. Try to keep your shoulders grounded, shoulder blades on the ground. Come back to center. Draw your left knee in. Extend and lower your right leg and your left arm. Draw your knee over to the right. Turn your head to the left. Come on back to center. Draw both knees in. And now extend your arms and legs all the way out. Exhale, curl up in a ball. And repeat that for a few more rounds of breath. Using the whole inhale to lengthen, the whole exhale to curl up. And then we're going to start to sit up. 2 ways you might get there. You might rock front to back and roll your spine along the floor. Or you might tip onto one hip, plant your hand, and use your arms to sit up if it doesn't feel good to rock on your back. Or if you'd just rather do the other one, all meet sitting up. Find grounding in your seat. Just feel your contact with the ground. Think about the length of your spine helps you sit tall without being rigid or being stiff. Let your chin come down towards your chest. Slowly roll your ear towards your shoulder. Let your head sit back. Continue in slow, gentle circles. And when you finish the next circle, change direction and take a few the other way. Traffic noises are funny here. The repeated beeping of the horn doesn't mean that there's a problem or someone is kicked off or anything. That's advertising. There's a vendor going down the street, and that's how he lets his customers know that he's coming by. Maybe you don't think of driving differences when you think of cultural differences, but it's a very different place to drive. When you finish the next circle, lift your chin and look forward. Bring your hands out to the side. Inhale, reach your right arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to your left. Feel the length from your hip up through your fingertips. Inhale to come upright. As you exhale, come into a twist. Right hand to the ground behind you, left hand to your right leg. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to twist some more. See how much feels like enough. Invite your body in the exhale. See if it wants to go further. Let yourself unwind. Come back to center. Inhale, lift your left arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to your right. Inhale to come up. As you exhale, come into that twist. Going the other way. Inhale, find the leg. Exhale, find your way into that position. Let yourself unwind and come back to center. Rest your hands on the floor in front of you and just walk them forward as far as you can, wherever that is. Loose, simple, forward fold. Don't worry about the shape of anything. Your neck disengage and your head hangs down. Inhaling slowly, walk your hands back. Press yourself up to your feet. Take whichever leg you have in front of the other one. Lift your leg. Let the foot hang limp. And get your fingers in between your toes. And roll your foot in circles. Open the ankle up. Let the hands do the work. Take a few circles in the other direction. Release your toes. Use both arms to cradle the weight of your leg. Grip it in whatever way works for you. Gonna make some circles with the leg. Rock the femur in the hip socket. Just gently, not pushing it, but sort of just inviting that circular motion. Never force anything. Take some in each direction. Let that leg down and lift the other one. Get the toes again, all in between your fingers. Slow, gentle circles with this ankle. Remember to switch direction at some point, if you already did. Release your toes, cradle your leg, make those circles with your leg. Then change direction. Release your leg. Let's come up onto our hands and knees. With your hips above your knees, your shoulders above your wrists. If it's too much on your wrist to be like that, your hands could go further forward, so your shoulders are more behind your wrists. Inhale, bring your heart forward, and let your head and tailbone go up. Exhale, bring your heart up, let your head and tailbone come down. Follow the pace of your breath. Do that a few more times. Cow pose, cat pose. After your next exhale, come back to the table with your spine parallel to the floor. Reach back and press into the ball of your right foot. Take a couple breaths. With your next inhale, reach your left arm to the side. If you like, with your next inhale, pick your right foot up, reach straight back through the sole of your foot. If you want to go further, bend that leg, reach back, see if you can take hold of your foot or your ankle, your pant leg. If you connect, lift your knee and lift your chin. Release and lower down. Reach back and press into the ball of your left foot for a couple of breaths. With your next inhale, reach your right arm to the side. If you want, with the next inhale, pick your foot up, reach straight back. If you want to go further, bend your knee, reach back, see about taking that bind, stretching your quadriceps and opening your shoulder, opening the midline. Release and lower down. Bring your big toes together. Send your knees further apart if you like, and sit back to child's pose. If you have knee trouble, it might feel better to keep them in closer. So walk your hands forward, let your head come down. Your head might rest on the ground, or if it doesn't quite reach the ground, you could stack your hands and make a pillow to rest your forehead on. Or you could put a handy dandy yoga block under your forehead, a folded blanket, a throw pillow. Inhale to bring yourself forward and up, back to your table. Step your right foot up between your hands. It's okay if it takes more than one step. And having blocks here under your hands can make that an easier transition. It gives you more room to move the leg. Bring your hands to your knee. Lift your torso. Exhale, sink forward in your hips. Inhale, glide back. And if you want, you can bring your arms in. You could have one arm or both arms raised. And as you exhale, sink forward, lower your arms. As you inhale, glide back and raise your arm. If that's too much, maybe one hand on the knee and float the other arm up and down. From the top of the rocking movement, we'll twist to the left. Reach your left hand back, right hand forward, or bring the right hand to your right knee for steadiness. Come back through center, hands by your heart, and twist to the right. Come back through center, bring your hands down, and we'll switch legs. Bring your left knee back to the floor. No, your right knee. And step your left foot forward. Bring your hands to your knees. Lift your torso. Exhale, sink forward. Inhale, glide back. When and if you want, add in the arm movements, one arm or both arms. And twist to the right. Come back to center and twist to the left. Come back to center. Bring your hands down to the floor of the block, and then step your right foot up to meet your left. Hang out in forward fold. And maybe you keep the blocks to rest your hands on, or let your hands hang in the air or drag on the ground. Sway back and forth, bending one leg and then the other. Heavy arms, heavy head, hanging down towards the ground. Nice and slowly nod your head. And shake your head. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, back down. Inhale all the way up, hands overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now let your hands down at your sides. And there's the moment where I need to adjust this laptop a bit because it's cutting my head off. And while I'm at it, time to switch glasses. Lift your left shoulder towards your ear. Slide it back and let it down. And then your right shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach out to the side. As you exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself, or if you prefer, you can take eagle arms. Inhale, open up again. Exhale, cross your arms the other way. Inhale, open up. Exhale, let your arms come down. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Interlace your fingers. Put your palms up. Reach your palms up. Look up at your hands. Lift up your heart. Inhale to bring yourself upright. Exhale to bend to the right. Feel the length through both arms and try not to lift your left heel. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend to your left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let your arms come down. And we'll start a couple of gentle sun salutations. Everyone has overdone this adjustment here. You won't be able to see my sun salutation like that. Someone somewhere is inventing a screen that will react to my voice and tilt back and forth. I'm hoping. Inhale out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step one foot back and then the other. Find a plank. Plank can be like this or like this with the knees down for a shorter plank. Either way, let your hips come down in line with your shoulders and your knees. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down, keeping your elbows in close to your body. Pressing into your hands, inhale, lift your head and chest to whatever height is right for you and your lower back. So maybe it's down here. Heart opener can be anywhere from low cobra like this, up through higher cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, rock back, half sort of through table. Curl your toes under, press into your feet to lift your knees, and press into your hands to lift your tail. Downward dog. Pedal your feet up and down, letting your heels get closer to the ground. Maybe find some stillness for a breath or two. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet up to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up, hands overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, down. Step back to plank. No rush. When you're ready, exhale, lower halfway if you want, or all the way if you want. Inhale to bring your heart forward. Exhale back and up. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Now we'll play with a balance here. We'll see about maybe standing on one leg. Hands at your heart, feet hip width apart. Shift your weight from one leg to the other with your feet on the ground. Set your eyes on something straight ahead that won't move. This will help you stay steadier. When you're ready, bring the weight into your right leg. Turn your left toes out so your feet are perpendicular. Bring your heel up onto your ankle so your foot's like a little kickstand. And that could be tree pose right there. Lots of options. Maybe you bring the sole of your foot onto your calf. Sometimes we bring the sole of the foot to the thigh. We don't want to press sideways on the knee. So if the foot doesn't want to stay on the thigh, just bring it to the calf. And you can push your foot down, get up at any time. Wherever your foot is, whatever height, the knee keeps going to the side. Your hands can stay here for steadiness, or the branches of your tree can grow wherever you like. And maybe there's breeze in your branches, or maybe they're more still. Whatever degree of movement feels good to you. Maybe as you balance on one leg, or with the weight more in one leg, you explore some spines or some stretches, some other things in your upper body. Or maybe you just want to be a still kind of tree. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them back to your heart. Pivot your knee forward and let your foot down. Shake that right leg. Shake anything you want. Maybe both legs, maybe the arms, maybe shake it all. I learned my lesson. If I shake my head with headphones on, I can knock the headphones off. I like to shake my face, but it doesn't go well with these headphones. Shift your weight from one leg to the other to set up for the other side. Do that as many times as you like. When you're ready, bring the weight to your left leg. Turn your right toes out. Take your time to draw that right heel in and up. See what placement works this time. Maybe it's the kickstand. Maybe it's the foot on the calf. Maybe on the thigh. And take whatever arm expression is calling you here. Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe it's something else. If your hands are not at your heart, bring them there. And pivot your knee forward. And let your foot down. Shake things out. And let's come down and have a seat. Stand your legs forward and flex your feet back towards you. Inhale to reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, fold down over your legs. If your knees want to bend, let them bend. As you inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. As you exhale, think of lowering some more. Inhaling, walk your hands up your legs to sit yourself up. Nudge your legs apart using your arms to help them out. Bend your right leg, bring your right foot over by your left thigh or left knee, like tree pose. Pivot your torso, aim your sternum at your left foot, and flex that left foot back towards you. Inhale to reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold down over that extended leg. Inhale, think of coming forward. Exhale, think of lowering down. And slowly reach your left arm out to the side, turn your head to the left. Turn your thumb down. Reach the back of your hand towards your right hip. Peel your left shoulder back. And breathe. Extend your arm again. Slide the left hand back over by the right hand. Reach your right arm all the way out to the side. Turn your head to the right. Turn your thumb down. Reach the back of your hand towards your left hip. Peel your right shoulder back. Extend your arm. Undo that rotation. Reach your arm up alongside your ear and reach your right hand overhead towards your left hand. Reach your arm up, back out to the right, and swing it across. Bring your right hand back to your left hand. Walk your hands up your leg. Letting your arms help. Extend the right leg, bend the left leg, bring the foot over, pivot your torso, flex your right foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Take a couple breaths, maybe deepening the fold. Take your time, reach your right arm out to the side, turn your head to the right, turn your thumb down, reach the back of your hand towards your left hip again, peel your right shoulder back again. Extend your arm, swing the right hand back over to the left hand. Reach your left arm to the side, turn your head to the left, turn your thumb down, reach the back of your hand towards your right hip, peel your left shoulder back. Extend your arm, undo the rotation, reach your arm up alongside your head, reach your left hand towards your right hand. Slowly reach up, back out to the side, swing your arm across, and walk your hands up your leg. Using your arms to help. Start to extend the left leg. Then bend the right, bring the soles of your feet together with a big space between your pelvis and your heels. Grab the mat, reaching over your ankles or under your ankles, and walk your hands forward on the mat. Let your head drop down, breathe into your lower back. And slowly walk your hands back. Lift your torso. Keeping your feet together, bring your heels in as close as you can. Interlace your fingers and grab your toes in your hands. Wriggle on your seat. Bring the bones closer to the ground to tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Fold forward with your spine nice and long. See how far that'll go. When the long spine stops lowering, let your head down into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Touch your knees towards each other. Rest your hands on the ground at your sides. And wiggle your feet further apart, maybe to the edges of your mat. Let your knees go back and forth. And then we're going to come down onto our backs. Bring your feet in closer, maybe this far apart. Two fists or a yoga block in the middle position is the distance between your hips. Now your ankles are lined up with your hips. Two ways to do this. You could scoot forward and come onto your back, or come onto your back and then bring your heels close to your butt. So you wind up lying down like this with the heels in close. You could put a block between your knees if you like, pressing into the soles of your feet. Inhale to lift your hips up. The bridge pose. You can take some breaths at the top here if you like. We're going to take a supported bridge, putting the block under the sacrum and coming down to rest on the block. And just let that block do the work for a minute. Resting on the support of the block can bring about some nice relief in your pelvis and in your lower back. Press into the soles of your feet and inhale to lift your hips up. Remove that block from under you. Exhale and slowly come down. Now let's just pause after we land. Pause for 2 or 3 breaths. Move your box out of the way. Grab your strap or your scarf, whatever you use for a strap. If you don't have a strap, take one end in each hand and run it under your feet. And then reach your hands and become. So your arms and your strap and your legs are locked. Stay grounded. Try not to lift your head, shoulder blades, or sacrum off the floor. Point your toes at the ceiling. Point your toes towards your face. Let your feet relax. Slide your feet away from each other, keeping them in the strap. Slide your feet back towards each other. Take your right foot out of your strap. Press the back of your right leg down. Hold both parts of the strap with your right hand and reach your left arm to the side. Keeping your shoulders grounded, draw your leg to the right, turn your head to the left. So now your sacrum will lift. You might even rock onto the right hip, but try to stay grounded in the shoulders. Slowly come back up to center. Take the strap with your left hand. Press down on the front of your right hip. Let your limbs fall to the left. Try to keep your right cheek on the floor. Keep your pelvis from rolling to the left. Very gently come back up to center. Raise your right leg. Step into the strap. Take your left foot out. Press your left leg down. Reach your right arm to the side. Draw your leg over to the left and turn your head to the right. Slowly come back up to center. Take the strap in your right hand. Press down on your left hip. Let your leg fall over to the right. Ever so gently, bring those limbs back up to center line. Lift your left leg. Draw your knee towards your chest. Take your strap aside, hug your knees, rock and roll on your back to massage it against the floor. And reach your feet to the sky. Reach your hands up to grab your legs or grab your feet. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. Invert for as long as you like. When you feel complete, you can make your way to Shavasana, a final resting pose of your choice. So maybe it's corpse pose, legs extended, feet splayed apart, hands out at your sides. But maybe that's not comfortable. And it's more important to be comfortable than it is to be in this posture. Slow down and relax for a few minutes in whatever position makes you comfortable. As you find your comfortable stillness, maybe you focus on your breathing or recall an intention that you set for yourself to reflect upon it. Or you might just give your mind permission to wander. Start to find some deeper breaths. Nice and slowly invite movement to return to your body. Whatever movement your body wants. Starting small, letting the movements gradually go bigger and bigger. Moving mindfully, taking your time. Whenever you're ready for bigger movements, and gently sit yourself up. You can bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for sharing practice today. The light within me sees and honors that same light within each of you. Namaste. Let me repeat the business thing. This is Leo Bray for Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center. Visit us at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook. Stop by the tip jar, check out the schedule, questions and feedback. I'll welcome on whatever frequency you're connecting with us. Thank you for connecting with us. Have a wonderful day.